Good morning and welcome. It's November the 10th, Monday, and I'm so happy to have you join me in my live stream, Fight CPS with your host, Bob Pace. I'm on I'm actually on 14 times a week, every day of the week. In the morning, I come on at usually at 10 a.m. on the weekdays and 8 a.m. on the weekends. At night, I'm on at 7 p.m. Fight CPS and stop taking our children. That's my evening live stream. Those times I give you are all times um, on Pacific Standard Time. I'm on the west coast of California, south of Los Angeles, a place called Surf City, 3 blocks from the ocean. And you've found me here to help you with the task of dealing with CPS. Now, what I call CPS is the Child Protection System. They're found in every county, in every state, and worldwide. This is a live stream that's worldwide, by the way. I have right now 25 countries that have either text or call me, and I'm very happy I do have the chance to help people in other countries. It helps me learn how they handle CPS in their country. And so, um, so I welcome you all. I welcome you all. Now, some simple things that will help you to interact with this live stream is you can text me a message or a question. You can text me a message in the form of a question or comment, and it has to pertain to CPS. We're here to talk about the Child Protection System. It's a government entity in the United States and worldwide, and it's started in the United States in 1962 with an act of Congress that directed social services to create a group of social workers that would protect their children from neglect and abuse. And if they have to break up the family because a child is found in unsafe conditions, there'd be every attempt made to reunify the family because studies have shown the families or the biological are the best parents to raise our children. Time after time again, they've found, concluded the studies. So I encourage you to listen, interact with this live stream. Now, wait for people to show up, which haven't showed up yet. Um, No, we're waiting here. There's a dead silence because I don't see anybody in my room right now. Um, Hopefully, someone will be in the room. We're still waiting for people to come into the room. This is surprising. I don't know where all my visitors are. Still waiting. Hello, anybody out there? Anybody out there? Hey, we had some in the room. Welcome. Great. All right. I was just talking about what you can do in here. To text a message to me, all you do is make a question or comment about CPS. Please state your first name and your location. If you're outside of the U.S., put your country. In the U.S., you don't have to put your country. And then um, and help you out by answering your questions or your concerns. Now, as I told you earlier, CPS is a rogue entity. What I mean by that is that After talking to 2,950 people over the last 25 months, that's over 2 years, 1 month, I find out that they are corrupt. That's almost a 50-50 chance you're going to get a corrupt agency. From the social workers all the way around. It's just the foster care and so forth. I don't want to say all foster care is bad because I have a Betty Joe on my show who's a foster care mother. She's not bad. But I'm saying CPS social workers are bad. They're very corrupt. And I can say that after talking to all these people. And I'm also talking from firsthand knowledge myself. And knowledge myself. So, we lost our person. Oh boy. Well, you can also be a guest on my live stream. I'm on 14 times a week. All you have to do is email me to Bob to bpace at vincentwdavis.com. Bpace. And I'll gladly contact my show producer, Grace, and she'll send you a link to get on the application you use, which is called SteamYard. SteamYard is the application I use. So I'd love to have you on my live stream. I can take as many as 9 of you. The rules are simple. We're respectful to one another, and oh, well, people are bopping out. But anyway, when you get that link, paste it in there, and you Mm. And if you get bounced off, you can add yourself again. You get bounced off. It's good for the whole show. As I say, I can take 9 of you, and let me adjust this. I'm going to put my phone number up. Hopefully, someone will be in here and can call me. You can call me at 626 698 0990. Love to hear from you. Mm. Mm. Um, there are two numbers here showing. One is my number. You can call me 626-698-0990. The other number, 888-888-6582. It's a number you can call for legal advice from my attorney, Vincent W. Davis. He's been fighting CPS for 40 years. He is a um, juvenile law, family law, dependency law lawyer, trained and educated and licensed. He will get your kids back. He's the real deal. He also, when your case is over, he can help you file a lawsuit against them. He's won millions of dollars both in state court and federal court. When you call that number, 888-888-6582, just talk to reception. Tell them that Bob Pace sent you. When you talk to Mr. Davis, make sure you tell them that Bob Pace sent you. Hmm. Well, we're still waiting for some people to show up in here. It's been a long time with nobody here. Don't understand that. But anyway, my number's there. The office where my attorney works is there for you to get a hold of him. Um, he's an excellent person for legal advice. Now, you're probably wondering what I have to offer. Well, I've been fighting CPS now for 25 years, I think. I started in 2010. Yeah, 25 years. In 2010, for 5 years, I had constant complaints that weren't not true. Then in 2015, my children were taken away from me. And that was the worst nightmare of ever to have. And it was in 2017 my children came back. And I've been doing this live stream now for over 2 years. And I've developed 5 rules that you need to follow that will help benefit you. Um, these 5 rules are simple. 1, you need to get an attorney. You heard me right. You need to get an attorney that's properly trained and licensed and that can navigate CPS. It's a very complex agency. Fighting CPS is like open heart surgery. You need a professional. You can't do it pro se yourself. And the other alternative is using a court appointed attorney. Well, the court appointed attorney for CPS are awful. They're criminal attorneys. They're not really juvenile law, family law, or dependency law attorneys. And they have a limited amount of exposure time. So, anyway, I encourage you all to listen and take notes. Because these rules, if I had them in place, I would never have been involved in the first place. I never would have been involved in the first place. And I know why you use a court appointed attorney because you think you have no money. And it's true, a lot of us don't. I had to quick sell my home to get my case with a real attorney. I had to hire Vincent Davis, so I quick sold my home. Anyway, if you're going to have to use a court appointed attorney, you need to do 4 things with them. Make sure the attorney knows that he is fighting for you. You make sure it's quite clear that you're fighting for my case and my family. And I expect you, and you need to tell him if you're not guilty, tell him you're not guilty. Make sure it emphasizes with him. Also, tell him that you want family reunification. Family reunification. You want your family reunified. So that attorney needs to know that so that he can ask the judge. Also, you need to tell the attorney who can inform the judge that you want to follow the court orders the judge. You're going to have to follow. This is sad. You got to follow CPS and the judge's orders. Because if you don't, you will lose your children. And lastly, you got to ask for visitation as much as you can, whether it's monitor visitation or on Zoom. You need visitation with your children. It's your right. It's your right to be heard. It's your right to know what you're accused of. Now, rule number 2 is document everything. You need to get a notebook to collect all your documents and organize them. You need to have tabs that can arrange them and put the documents in the right place so you can find things quick. You need to create a document called the timeline incident form. It's a sheet of notebook paper, 3 sentences per incident. You're going to have hundreds of incidents. So the first line, you put down the date and time and either the phone number or the place where the incident took place. Then you put the people involved after that. That all goes on the first line. The second line is a 1 sentence summary of what the incident was. And the third line is the conclusion of the incident. How did it resolve? It's a 1 sentence summary of how the incident resolved. If you don't know it, come back to it later and fill it out. Leave a couple spaces. Do the next incident, the next incident, the next incident. That way you'll have a long list. Lastly, you should start a journal to your kids because they don't know what's going on. And if you do a daily journal of what took place or where you at in life and how's life going or how much you miss the kids, that'd be good because something ever happened, God forbid, they'd have something to fall back on. Those things I didn't do. I am really regretting those things. The third way is to you want to come up with this is regarding house visits and talking to social workers and them visiting you at the hospital. Those are 3 areas you got to be careful about. 3 areas. First of all, you never let them in your home. Well, first of all, you never really talk to them, and you certainly don't let them in your home because uh, you regret that because they are very sneaky. They bring out the police with them to intimidate you. Now, the police um, are there to protect the social workers, but with all their gear on, it's very intimidating. It's very intimidating. So when they come a knocking at the door, that's when you got to be careful because you don't want to open the door to strangers. You don't know these people. Also, too many people have been shot and killed by opening the door. That's something that should scare you a little bit. That's something that should scare you a little bit. Um, you just never know. You just never know. And let me see here. Um, if they do come and knock the door, then be quiet. Get away from the door. They can't enter your home unless they get permission, or they have a warrant, or they hear a child screaming in the background. That's how they can get in your home. Because once they're in a home, they're going to search it. And if you talk to them, they're going to use what you say against you. You got to have your attorney present at all times during this. That's why you don't allow them in there. It's not that you're not going to meet them or not going to answer them. If you meet them outside, if they say, "Are you so and so?" and we have this, you just say, "Is this a legal matter?" The answer is yes. Then you ask them, what am I being charged? And they have to tell you what you're being charged. Neglect or abuse. And then you said, "Well, this is a legal matter and I'm being charged, then I need to speak to my attorney. And my attorney and I will meet with you. What is the best number to call you? And what is your name?" So all you do is get that information, and that way gets how you talking to them. Because you let them in the house and you talk to them, they're going to find things in the house that may be unsettling that you didn't think about. Um, so it's don't talk to them. And if you do talk to them outside, it's a short yes or no answer. Or you talk to them at the hospital or urgent care. So many of you now go to urgent care or the ER room because your child is very sick. And the social workers are hanging out there. They're looking for what's called trafficking, medical trafficking, where they'll take you child away from you because you're refusing to get medical treatment, which is far from the case. And all I can relate is a story about a young couple and their 4-month-old child that they had abdominal pains, but it was on the left side, which is where your gallbladder is, not the right side. And of course, the doctor and the social worker stepped in and said, "It's appendix, you got to remove it." And they went ahead and removed it. But when they came home that night, the pain was still there. And later they found by taking x rays, it was gallstones. They're so big they couldn't pass through. So I'm telling you, you got to really be careful in the hospital because they hang out there, or you come to take a baby and they tested positive. No, you don't allow them in your room. And when a baby's born, the baby stays with you. Um, those issues can be addressed, but the baby's got to be put with a family member. That's really important. They want to take with a child, they make sure the child is placed in a family member. You don't want to put in foster care. They will get hurt there. They will get hurt. And um, that number 3 is a really important one. No to social workers, no to the police. It's easy to get out of the situation. You just say, "I need my attorney present." It's a legal matter. By law, you're supposed to have representation all through the proceedings. And you need to tell them that you'll meet with them at a later date and a time. But they may be out after you. They were after me for 5 years. I kept stalling them off. And they've been in my house several times. But what got me in trouble is that my parents' belongings were in my house, and I was sorting through them. And my parents had recently died, and they want me to give away the belongings. And I didn't have funds because I lost my job in 2010 through no fault of my own. Anyway, it is a hard thing that you're dealing with out there. It really is. So remember rule 3. So we talked about rule 1 about getting an attorney. Rule 2 is documentation. Rule 3 is no to social workers and the police, and don't let them in your house or take your child. And rule 4 is how to research the internet. It's very important that you arrange your words correctly. It should be the city, the state, and if you're from a country outside the U.S., put the country down, and then you want to put um, the child protection system or put CPS. And if you had a country, put it after the country. Then you can ask certain questions in that CPS questionnaire. I need to get an attorney in juvenile law, family law, dependency law. What is dependency court? Um, what is INICWA 1978, the Indian Child Welfare Act? There's lots of things that you don't know that I had learned my hard years. I mean, 25 years is a long time with fighting CPS. And I'm glad that I've come up with these rules because if I had followed these rules, I would never be where I was today. Heartbroken. You know, my children, two of them returned, the third one wasn't. I have six children. Three younger ones were taken. And they're not told. When they take your child, they're not told what's going on. They don't know what the parents are doing. So the child's in the dark, and that makes it worse. They try to alienate you from your parents. When you go to visit them, they're told to keep their hands down and show no emotion. It's a very sad tragedy when you're innocent. It is so bad. It is so bad. Anyway, the last one, rule 5, is make sure you make copies of all your important documents: your driver's license, your birth certificate, your marriage license, the birth certificate of your children. See, that's what sometimes fathers have to prove. But you have a marriage license, a driver's license, and then you have, trying to think what else. Just those two licensees. Oh, and a birth certificate of your child showing that you're on there, and your marriage certificate that you're married to the woman that's with you, the biological mother. So those are my 5 rules in a nutshell. I keep hoping that someone's got a question for me and wants to ask me a question. I really do. I really do. Um, anyway, um, I really could use some questions. It's hard for me to sit here and talk for almost a whole hour here. In fact, I guess this morning is one of those I have to um, finish off here. It's 11 o'clock and my time's up. I want to thank you all for listening to my live stream. Please come back again. I'll be on again tonight at 7 p.m., then tomorrow morning at 10. So I look forward to seeing you. Please, whatever you do, keep fighting for your child. Don't give up. Do not give up. If you feel like you give up, you can come into this room and hear it and hear it again and hear it again. And there'll be a short video after I end this live stream. Please watch it. Now I'm going to take down my phone number and put up the Department of Doge, Department of Government Efficiency, which is Doge. There's a website. Please look at it. There's phone numbers too. The area code is the White House 202, and the email is doge@mail.house.gov. This is where you'll send in complaints or problems that you have at the county level or the state level. First, try to work at the county level with the supervisor, manager, or the director. And then if that doesn't work, go to the state level at the capital of the state and talk to the civil rights coordinator. If that further doesn't work, then go to Doge. And that should work there because I've tried the numbers, the email, they all work. So that way stay up there while I'm doing my show. Again, God bless y'all, and thank you so much for coming in. I'll see you tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges, another kid's innocence corrupted. And if you go against then it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis, defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the last ones left. Put your faith in this. We are the